right, there it is. So the title of the book is The Case of Jake's Escape. If you look right here in the title, we have the word case. I see that A consonant E. I see the name Jake's, A consonant E. Chapter 1, D&D's Detective Desk. In the summer, Dan and Dave run D&D's Detective Desk. The fact is that Dan and Dave are first rate at getting things back that are lost. Okay, right here, I see A consonant E, Dave, and R, A consonant E, rate. Let's go to the next page. They found John's pet snake in the cabinet under the sink. They found Abe's lost button under the drapes. They even found Mrs. Crane's jade locket hidden in the grass at the baseball game. Wow, there are lots and lots of words in this passage with vowel consonant silent E. We have snake, Abe. Now don't be confused because this doesn't start with a consonant. It doesn't matter. Here's our vowel, the word Abe. There's our consonant. There's that silent E. Drapes, cranes, jade. Look here, here's a compound word, baseball. I can look at the first part of this word, base, and game. Chapter 2, D&D's next case. One day, Dan and Dave were inspecting insects with their detective glasses when Mrs. Crane came running down the lane. Okay, up here, the title of the chapter, case. Read these words with me. Dave, Crane, came, lane. Dan and Dave, my dog Jake has escaped. Can you help him to get back? Mrs. Crane asked as she felt the jade locket on her neck. When did Jake escape? Dan asked. I left at 10 o'clock to get coconut flakes and apricot jam, and I was running a bit late, and in my haste, I made a mistake and did not lock the gate. All right, lots of words here. Dave. What's this word? Right, Jake. Crane. Jade. Check this one out. This has the A consonant E in the second syllable of the word, escape. Okay, over here, flakes. Read this word. Good, late. Read this word. Haste, good job. Here's another one that has the spelling pattern in the second syllable, mistake. Gate, crane. Do not panic, Mrs. Crane. D&D are on the case, Dan said as he got dressed to hunt for Jake. Mrs. Crane, one last thing. Can you tell us spots that Jake likes to visit? Dave asked. The lake, the baseball games, the skating rink, and the bank where Jake gets dog snacks from the bank teller named Kate, she told them. All right, so what I want you to do is when you're done watching this video, in the description, there will be a link to this book and you can finish reading the book online. And I think that that would be great. And I know that you would go do a good job. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is that's the end of our lesson. However, we're going to go back to this thing that I had on my head. Okay, if you watched my hello video on the YouTube channel, I had a really cool fish background. And the reason for that was, At the end of every video that I do, I'm going to talk to you about something that I find is cool and interesting and exciting. So that's what I'm going to do today. So again, I'm going to share my screen. So just be patient. All right, so here I am. This picture of me is from last year on Vocab Day, and my word was snorkeling. And that's what I had on my head. This is a swim mask. The tube you breathe through is actually the snorkel. And these are called swim fins. They help you to move through the water. Now, I absolutely love to snorkel. And you can snorkel in the ocean. You can snorkel in a lake, or even in a pond, or even in a swimming pool. And it's so cool because you can see things underwater. So I'm going to show you some pictures of things that I've seen under the water, or some things that you could see under the water. So here's me being silly. And then here's myself and my husband. We're snorkeling together in the ocean. And this is a picture of a sea turtle. And I took that picture with an underwater camera, and I can't believe it turned out so nice. But isn't that turtle beautiful? All right, now you've seen these fish before. Where have you seen these fish? That's right, in Finding Nemo. This was Dory, and this was Nemo. Now, Dory is what's called a blue tang. And they are beautiful, bright blue with yellow, a yellow tail. And they look very gentle, but do you know when they feel threatened by a predator, that back here at the base of their tail, they will make these spikes come out of their tail, and then they whip their tail back and forth to protect themselves. I've actually seen a blue tang before when I've been snorkeling. Nemo is a clownfish. They live in sea anemone. Sea anemone is very poisonous, but it doesn't harm the clownfish, so that protects them. I've never seen a clownfish when I'm snorkeling, unfortunately. All right, now these pictures, these I took the top two at an aquarium I visited. The first one is, of course, this is a jellyfish, and jellyfish look beautiful and peaceful, but all of these pretty things hanging off of them are tentacles, which are poisonous. This fish here is called a lionfish. This is also a poisonous fish. All of these spikes are very poisonous. That protects it from predators. And this is called a lionfish because its fins spread out like a lion's mane. This fish at the bottom is called a barracuda. Okay, it looks a little sinister, and they really do. Barracuda, they can get really big, and they're kind of vicious. They have really sharp teeth. And I actually saw a barracuda once when I was snorkeling, and I quickly swam away. This fish is called, well, it's named after another animal. What do you think? It's an animal that flies. It's a parrotfish, because doesn't it kind of look like a parrot? But it's so beautiful. Over here, these are pictures of coral and sea fans. You'll see those on the bottom of the ocean, and fish love to swim and hide among coral and sea fans. This is an angelfish. There are thousands of types of angelfish. They can be these beautiful colors like this pink, or they can be striped. Some of them are yellow, some are black and white. They are so many different colors. This fish over here, what does it look like? Yeah, it looks like a rock. And you know what? It's called a rockfish. And it looks like that to camouflage itself, to protect itself. Now here we have something that you probably all know. This is a shark. This is a tiger shark. And why do you think they call it a tiger shark? Look at it. It looks like it has stripes like a tiger. Actually, one time when I was snorkeling, I saw a shark. It wasn't a tiger shark, but it was a little shark, and it was hiding under a rock ledge, and it was just hanging out there. And I didn't get too close. Now this animal down here, this is called a sea ray. This type of ray is called an eagle ray, and they are beautiful. They move so gracefully through the water. They can be small, and then they can be huge. Rays also like to kind of burrow underneath the sand just a little bit. And what's cool is if you're snorkeling and you swim over top of one, it might disturb it a little bit and it won't hurt you. It just kind of gets up out of the sand and swims away. And the last fish I have to show you here, this is called a Mandarin fish. I've never seen one of these out when I was snorkeling, but I sure would like to because it is absolutely beautiful. Look at all those colors. But the one thing about a Mandarin fish is it is highly poisonous to other fish that try to eat it. All right, so that was my fun and interesting thing that I wanted to share with you at the end of my lesson. So I hope you are doing well. When you are finished watching this video, look in the descriptions, like I had told you earlier, for the book and find out what happens and if the boys find the lady's dog. And the other thing I want you to look for in the description, there is a link to some really cool, fun, irregular word games or frequency word games or sight word games, whatever you want to call them. And Mrs. Craig made them. It's so cool. So I want you to check them out. So I miss you. It's great seeing you. Have a great day, whatever you're doing. And remember, work hard, be nice, and take no shortcuts. But mostly stay healthy, stay safe, and be happy. Bye now.